welcome to It's in the Cards. I know it's the Phillies hat and the Super Bowl hasn't played yet, but with the weather we're all having, really, really cold or massive snow like we had here in Pennsylvania and the tri-state area, all day yesterday, no school today. I figured I'd just wear a reminder, spring is around the corner, and then we'll be complaining about the heat. Although with the winter we've had, I don't think many of us will be doing that much whining in regards to the heat. It's not even going to be melting around here because it's staying in the teens. This morning it was only single digits with the wind chill of like minus 15. So it's pretty wicked out there and all over the states from what I hear. I am by myself this evening, so you get to see some previews of some goodies, possibly for the first time, from Schiffer Publishing. They sent me about a week ago a couple new decks. I'll be opening the phone lines as well to take your questions and to do some readings. In about 15 minutes or so, we'll open up the lines. I'll let you know when it's opened to do that. The deck this evening, not going to be able to talk too much about it. Last week, if you were here, I had Kendra on, who has done some Lenormand decks. Can never get that word out of my mouth when I have to. Lenormand decks, and we were discussing her decks, which I have not had any guests on, and I never had a Lenormand deck. And then within less than a week later, that was one of the goodies that arrived to me from Schiffer. Not one of Kendra's decks. The one that I received from Schiffer this is the box, and it is the Lenormand Cartomancy. And since Lenormand is new to me, I cannot talk too much about it. I just want to preview it for you so you can have a look. And Christopher Butler is who did this. And again, Schiffer is known for their wonderful treasure chest packaging, with their big books, with their decks, and it's a nice size book with this one as well. I love the artwork on the cover of the book, which matches the deck. And if there's any people viewing the show this evening that are here with us, not watching it in archive, and know Lenormand, please pay attention, and you can call in when the lines are open to answer some of my questions that I am wondering about regarding the deck. The first thing that I noticed when I removed the book was the size of the deck. Now, one of the things I am not sure of, being this is my first Lenormand deck, if all of them are this small in size, or if this is like an extra petite size deck. I have no clue. You can compare it to, just to give you a comparison in the size, here's a tarot card, and here is this Lenormand Cartomancy for size-wise. So it's good for those with smaller hands, easier to shuffle and manage, which I'm not going to do because I really don't want them out of order right now, so that I can show you the cards lined up with the book. The next thing that I noticed, since I don't know anything about Lenormand, I went immediately to the book and opened it up to start reading, and I wasn't in that great of a lighted room. I had to get out a magnifying glass. The older you get, your eyes start going, but my eyes, I'm still not at the point where I need reading glasses. The print, as you can see, is on the smaller side. I don't know if that was, my first thought was, is that to go with the smaller size cards. My next thought as I was paging through the book was wondering why the print was printed so small, when on just about every card right up there is extra room where they could have gone a little larger. So I'm not sure if this print font size was the creator Christopher Butler's idea, or if it's what Schiffer's doing. But then I went to the next deck that I got, and which I'll show in a little bit, and the font size is just about the same in that one. So it may possibly be something that Schiffer is doing just to change things up a bit. If you do need reading glasses, normally you will definitely need them to read through this book. This is my first Lenormand deck, as I stated, and the one thing that I also noticed with the cards that I know is not on all the decks, they added up at the top center the cards, regular playing cards. So for the first card, which is the horse, they added the 9 of hearts. There's no number correlation on these, so it might not be noticeable immediately upon looking what card they're using. And since I'm not familiar with Lenormands, I'm not sure if there's a standard method that's used with playing cards to line up with certain Lenormand cards, or if this was just how Christopher Butler has chose to do it. When I had Kendra on last week, she did explain a few basics to us regarding Lenormand, and that they do, all decks do follow the same pictures and titles. So in all decks, the first card's going to be the rider, not the horse. I called it the horse. My apologies. See, I am not a Lenormand expert at all. So that you can see some of the cards, it's really nice imagery on them. Let's just randomly pull some. This is card 10, and card 10, yes, I need the book, is the Scythe. Here it is. In the book, what has been done is for each card a quote has been put at the top of the page. And for the Scythe, card 10, this is the back. The back matches the cover of the book and the case, the box that it's in. He has the Jack of Diamonds that he put on the card to pair up with the Scythe. And the quote that he used is by Andrew Lang. Mowers weary and brown and blithe, What is the word methinks ye know? Endless over, word that the skite sings to the blades of the grass below. He writes up for each card symbolism, the card as a person, if it's about a person, as a time frame, how it applies, and in a combination. He also has, after the write-up of each card, he has a section called Car Readings. And he explains significators and changed cards, combinations and associations, and how to make the combinations with the cards, and how to read with them, a standard just 3 cards. He does 5 cards, 7, 9, the grand tableau, traditional and modern methods, which is the layout pictured. And then he adds a section after that with additional tips, where he explains the playing card inserts very briefly. The one thing that is not here that I had noticed under each card write-up is a write-up for the playing card that he has depicted with each of them. Here's randomly, here is card 27, and card 27 is the letter. Just a few more so that you can see the artwork. 28 is called, you Leonard experts know what they're called, so pardon me. 28, okay, the book is messed up. There's an error in Schiffer's book. How about that? Card is card 28. And in the book they have card 28 as the man, which in the actual deck it's card 29. And they have 29 as being the woman, which they have as card 28. So there's a discrepancy here. And from what I did read through this, these are the extra 2 cards that were added to the deck. I'm sure the write-ups match. It's just they have the man as being card 28 in the book when it's actually 29. And card 28 is the woman when they have it as the man. I'm not sure. I just spotted it now going through it with you guys. I'm not sure which way they actually meant it to be. If the book is correct or the cards are correct. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to be. So this is for you guys that are into the Lenormand. Keep saying it over and over again and messing it up. This gives you a preview of the deck. It'd be interesting to find out from either Schiffer or Christopher how they meant for the man and the woman, how they were supposed to be. I don't know if that's, standard thing. As far as, the numbers are wrong on the cards, which I guess would make the playing card that depicts it with them wrong as well. The second goodie that I got was an oracle deck, the Stone Circle Oracle. and Sophia Kelly Schultz created this deck. And the thing that caught my attention, besides I love, you know, the background, the artwork on here, the watercolor marbly look, it's actually supposed to be rocks, mountains, was when I looked on the back to read the brief write-up about it, the backdrops that were used for this deck is actually from here in Pennsylvania. It says the enticingly mysterious stone circle located at 4 Quarters in the Allegheny Mountains of south central Pennsylvania serves as the backdrop for this unique and lavishly illustrated oracle and meditation deck of 45 cards with a guide and journal. So this, some of the artwork in this is based from right here in Pennsylvania. When you open this box up, you have artwork on the inside as well. You can see the lid. This is the book. Again, the cover of the book matches the cover of the case box. Another nice size book. The font is, I'm not sure if the font's a little larger in this as opposed to the Lenormand, or if the font is just a bit different. But it is a little bit more clearer and easier to read. In this book, what Sophia has done is she's left blank areas with lines so that you can use it as a journal for your own things that you get when you're in a meditation doing it, pulling the cards, whatever you yourself might get on each one, you have room to write about it. This deck is a lot of the gods and goddesses are in this deck. I will show you some of the cards. These are the other deck that I had was the small size compared to tarot. This is a large. We're going the opposite extreme. Very hard, as you can see, to get your hands around. It would have to be shuffled this way unless you have very large hands. Here is a comparison for size. Here's a tarot card compared to the oracle cards. The first one is Mother Stone's Eye. And this is a deck where you will want to have a book handy or read up on each card and familiarize yourself with them, because she does have set things regarding what the cards are. The first, she has the key word for this is focus. It does kind of look like an eye in the center there. And she has the first look at the whole picture, seeing one's totality. Cast aside distractions. The truth is before us. Avoid tunnel vision. Focus while remaining aware. And then she has a few paragraphs right up about it with the blank line so that you can use it as a journal. The second card is Pause, which is about reflection and going within. Go through these. The third card's Oracle. Randomly pick some of them I cannot pronounce, so you do see me passing by some of them. Here's Guardians, card 20. Raven, which a lot symbol with ravens. Diana, one of the goddesses. Hecate is card 41. I love the artwork on it. Card 45, Father Stone, is the last card in this deck, which should look familiar because it's the cover. The back of the deck is very nice as well. That's the back of the cards. And Schiffer always includes a card with some of their additional upcoming decks that they're going to be doing. More titles from Schiffer. Here's another picture of one of the stone cards, number 11, Mother Stone. And she has a keyword listed for all the cards, along with a little write-up. Here's another stone picture similar to the Mother Stone, one. The Mother Stone waits. This is the Great Mother is the key words. The nurturing spirit, creativity, appreciation of those we call mother. Decked in her beautiful sash, the Mother Stone waits patiently, a reminder of the enduring presence of the Great Mother. And there's about a page and a half write-up and a full page to journal what you get. So these are two very different decks for totally different types of readings that you were able to preview and you can get from Schiffer. We're going to open up the phone lines, take your calls if you have questions, or if you are a Lenormand user and familiar with those decks, curious if the size is an extra small size with the cards, or if that's the way that they generally are. And Robin, I know you do regular playing cards too. You're out there, you learn from them. Interesting to see, the match up that's done with that as well. Feel free and call in.
Well, Misha, I do know from past shows that have had Lenormand on them here on PEN.
Right.
Lenormand started out as a poor man's divination tool, so they are based on playing cards. So they would, I think, all Lenormand decks in general are smaller, more like playing card size.
Okay. These do seem, I didn't compare it to the playing cards, but they seem a bit smaller than a playing card too, though.
Because they're the whole thing with Lenormand is it's I don't want to say supposedly, but it's a more direct form of divination. That's why the pictures are so simple. They don't need as big an area for the artwork. It's going to be a boat or an anchor or a scythe or whatever.
Right. These are pretty detailed. Here's one card 14. Just so you can see it's more to them than just the scythe or the letter or whatever they are. I will also let
we have a caller. We have a caller.
Okay.
Caller,
Hello,
are you here?
Caller?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Sean.
Hi, how are you?
Doing
Yep.
good.
Did you have a question?
Yes, I was just wanting to know what the cards say about my life that's going on right now.
Well, I know a lot's going on, and for time restraint, I do have to ask you to be more specific.
I wanted to know about my work and about my grandmother.
Work and your grandmother? Sure.
Yes.
Well, pick one or the other for me.
How about my grandmother?
What specifically?
Just she passed away like 2 years ago.
I'm not a medium. Once in a while, when I'm doing a reading, a loved one that crossed over may come through. I do sense them when I'm out paranormal investigating and things, but to do, one-on-one communication with them, I do not do that.
Okay.
I have a look here. You wanted to know regarding, what was your other question?
About my business.
Your business?
What's looking at for the future as far as my business?
Okay, I'm going to pull you 3 cards and see what's going on here. I'm not seeing any turmoil here. You got 2 major arcanas out of the 3. In this deck, the magician's called the Magus. Here's the first card that came out. And then you have the Star. And then the final card was the 3 of Cups. And all 3 came out in the upright position. Are you hooked up with a friend or a relative, partners with somebody?
My husband.
Your husband. Okay. All right. Anybody else besides that? Because I'm getting a sense that there's going to be some kind of match up, maybe, I don't know, advertising, not necessarily to merge with them or be partners, but extending the business, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Okay. And what I'm getting with the first card, the Magician, in this deck, it's the Magus, is you're in the midst of making some changes here, and they are for the good. You're still in the process of doing it. You're going to be doing a lot of things coming up. You're headed in the right direction. The Star card was your second card that came out. There's another aspect of this that you've been tossing around, but you really didn't even necessarily fully discuss it or share it with your husband. It was kind of one of these things mentioned in passing that you thought you might want to do, and then that quick, for whatever reason, you weren't sure how you could manage it or work it out. So It never came up. You know what I'm talking about with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You do want to give thought on that, and that's coming to me from the Star card that was pulled here in the center. You do, like all of us, a lot of ideas at night. When you're trying to go to sleep, boom. It's like what happened to me the other day with a friend of mine. We were discussing somebody. It was a celebrity. For the life of us, neither one of us could think of the celebrity's name. And then, ready to go to sleep, boom, it hit us. You want to give some more thought and not throw that idea that this is about completely away, because it does need to be worked in and incorporated with it, along with pairing up for an additional aspect to the business. I don't know what it is that you even do. We've never spoken before. Just so the viewers know. Does all that make sense to you?
It all makes sense.
Okay, all right. Well, you're on the right path. There's, like I said, the cards are upright. I'm not getting, psychically even that there's really an issue. Just trying to smooth things out now and expand.
That's exactly right. You're right on the money. Okay.
Okay, thanks for confirming that. So you're on the right path. Keep going with it. And like I said, that I keep getting told again for you to go back to that idea that you kind of just, yeah, okay, I thought of it, but, other things took priority. Mm-hmm. Dig that one out of your thoughts and incorporate it as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Hope that helped you. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Have a good night. The couple questions that I get asked a lot is the difference between the Oracle deck and the Tarot. Besides the fact of the Tarot having standard 78 cards in the deck and the set suits and things, the Oracles follow a theme. Angels, unicorns, fairies, whatever the case might be. And they're used for meditative purposes. People tend to be leery of the tarot, or really figure they don't even know how to read them. They want to stay away. The Oracle decks are what a lot of people go to. So we'll give, actually what I'm going to do for the last caller, I'm going to shuffle these. I have to do them upright because they are so long. And we will use one of the cards that's pulled for an example and see what the message is with the Oracle. And the Oracle card that came out is called Paint Me. Card number 4. Paint Me. Without reading the write-up that Sophia has included in this, that goes right along with what I had told you regarding the question. Paint me would mean pursue it, do it. Once the idea is there, once to go ahead and be used. And the key word here is listen. Be open to ideas when they present themselves, whatever the source. And in the little blurb under the picture says you can hear the universe speak if only you will listen. So that goes, I'm not going to read the entire full write-up, but that's the message, whatever it was. Again, it's emphasizing whatever it was that popped into your head as felt like a random thought, you need to follow through with. You saw me shuffling the deck. It was the very first time that they were shuffled. They're not marked or anything. I had no way of knowing which card I was pulling. People are always amazed when I do readings and then follow it up with an oracle card, that the message from the card pulled in the oracle deck follows suit with the message from the reading. Phone lines are open. if you have a question or would like to have a reading, feel free and give me a call. That's also an example of how I use the Oracle decks myself as a follow-up to just summarize the tarot reading that was given. I have a caller. Hello.
Hi, it's Grayson.
Hey, Grayson. How are you?
I'm great. I've just been in the chat room since the show before and hanging out with you again. And miss you, my darling. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Miss you, too. How are you?
Oh, man, busy as heck. And things are just, whirlwinding lately. It's been incredible.
Yeah, and the snow and the weather? You're in the
yeah.
systems.
Yeah, that's been fun, too.
Fun's not the word I use, but for the viewers out there, since I have you on the phone, Grayson, let everybody know about the show that you have here, because you have, your 4th episode that's going to be airing too, right? It's coming up?
It's coming up this Friday, as a matter of fact. I'm interviewing my friends from EPI, Extreme Paranormal Investigators, at a really cool place in Pottstown, PA, called the Ballroom on High. And what a neat place, and an amazing interview with really great guys.
You do have interesting places, and the coolest people. You have one.
I'm so fortunate to have great friends in the paranormal community. I'm just so lucky, and it really is just to really try to help out my friends and to get them out there and get them known and to get the information that they have out there also, so that everybody can enjoy it.
Well, there's some continued self-promotion here. Friday night.
I didn't even call for that. I wanted to call to talk to you about tarot cards.
Well, we will. Let's get the self-promotion out there. I got you on. Take advantage of it.
You're the best, Misha. Thank you so much. I was just... it's funny, my mom has passed, and I have her original Swiss deck that she used to work with all the time, and I just, it's like one of those sacred things, and I just wanted to know what your feelings are, and if there were any cards in the cards for me tonight.
Let's see what's in the cards for Grayson. For those wondering, because I do normally use the Rider-Waite, something drew me tonight to pull a different deck. It's the Gendron deck. Here's the box. This is put out by U.S. Games. This deck actually is about the only deck I can read for myself with. And it wanted to be used tonight.
Oh, cool. Wow.
What's going on for you, Grayson?
Well, I started really. I'm unfortunately leaving a work that I really enjoyed the people I worked with, but I can't. I had an accident a while ago, and I can't do that type of work anymore. So I'm moving on with a new group, and just a wonderful opportunity.
Yes, and I was cutting you off a bit because I don't like too much info about anything given out there ahead of time. You are in a whole bunch of changes. Your first card was the Universe in reverse. And the last caller, 2 of the 3 cards were majors, all 3 of yours are majors. There's only 22, in case you're wondering why that's like a wow, there's only 22 major arcana cards in a 78 card deck.
Right.
I shuffled, randomly pulled 3, and all 3 of yours are majors. The Universe is reverse. All kinds of changes going on, things happening, things in motion. The Fool's the second card that was pulled, reinforcing that fact. And this card's depicted as a female. Usually it's a male with a little dog at his heels. This looks like it could be a dog or a wolf watching right here in the corner. The Fool's about the new journeys and beginnings, and she was in the center upright. So you are headed on a whole lot of beginnings. You're not staying still. The third card was the Chariot, reversed, Grayson. So your center card was upright. Your end two were reversed. I'll hold them up so everybody can have a look at them. You got everything going on, moving. New adventures, the Fool's new, and with certain things still feeling your way and figuring out what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be doing it. The Fool is somebody that is, their mentality is like a young child or a teenager. They just have no care. They know what they want to do and they go do it. They don't think about the consequences of what they're going to do. And the Chariot, this is the Chariot in this deck upright. She knows what she wants. You can see the look on her face. She keeps things herself secretive a bit in this deck, not to reveal all that you're doing, especially to people that maybe you're just coming across, is the message I'm getting to tell you with that, Grayson.
Really interesting.
You want to not give everything away. Keep, what's that expression? Keep your aces, your cards hidden. So I'm not sure what or who that's about. All these cards that came out are female, so, I'm wondering if it is a female. And I'm getting that psychically. And it may not even be anybody that you've come across yet, either.
Interesting.
So just keep that in the back of your mind. But yes, you're going on great adventures. And certain things where you're feeling like, there's still a whirlwind, not sure of direction. But
right, dead on so far. Yep.
They're going to fall into place. And let's, for the heck of it, do what I did for the last caller and I'm shuffling, and I am not looking at them. They're sideways so that I can't even see them through the camera. Let's see which Oracle card you get from the new deck here. And you got card 1. Mother's Stone Edge. Which is the very first one. If I can get my fingers to work to get the book open. Focus. The first look at the whole picture, seeing one's totality. Cast aside distractions. The truth is before us. Avoid tunnel vision. Focus while remaining aware. So possibly this goes along with paying attention to a specific person that's going to come along or has come along fairly new. Is the message for that one. The little depiction that is under the picture caption is, we are standing behind the mother stone, looking into the circle. We are aware of the play of light and shadow dabbling its floor and the other stones. We imagine the warmth of the sunshine striking the mother stone's textured reverse side. But it is only through the mother stone's portal we can see the circle in sharp focus. So that's the oracle that you got as well with it.
Really cool, Mish. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. Looking forward to it. Friday night, what time's your show here at Penn?
8 p.m. on Friday.
8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. We want to get that out there.
Yep, looking forward. Thank you so much, Mitch. I had to call. I couldn't wait to talk to you.
I'm so glad you did. And I'll be in touch with Erin, too.
Yes, she's sitting here watching the show with me, so.
I know, I'll be getting in touch with her. She knows for what.
Oh, cool. You got it. Hey, thank you, Mitch. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Stay
Bye.
as best you can in the travel. Bye-bye. We're going to be running out of time, but if you have a quick question, I have time to cram one more caller in. My camera's been going on and off for some reason. I think I am back. Yes, hi. Welcome back. Hi, Gina, honey. Can I look at the local weather through the cards? Yes, it's not going to end. This has not been the last snow. The weather. Yes. Let's see what the cards have to say about the weather. I'll pull one for that. And it is the Seven of Wands. Wands is the fire element, interesting enough. And it's the summer element. Seven's July, so come July, it's going to be so hot, I'll be on the air complaining about the heat. It is around the corner, but it's still going to be quite a ways away. I don't know what some of you've heard, but very softly, quietly, subtly, we're supposed to have another snowstorm this Sunday night into Monday. This snow won't even be gone since it's not going to go out of the 20s. Yeah, not till April. we're in this one. This is going to be a long winter. You know what they say about paybacks? And here we've had it good. The last 2 or 3 winters with hardly any snow. So I think this is our 6th one we've had, if I remember. The schools have already used 3 snow days, and I know the school district here only gives them 4 added on to the end of the year. So looks like for the first time in I don't know how long, the end of the year is going to get extended. One of the other questions that I often get regarding the Oracle deck, besides how I use them, is how one would use it or pick out a deck. Picking it out, no different than picking out a tarot deck to use. By what you like. Some people might like unicorns, fairy. There's a whole choice of things out there. And when you get a Oracle deck, it's that topic. So you're going to get a unicorn deck, it's going to be unicorns. Again, the question is it difficult to read for yourself with tarot? It's difficult to read for yourself with anything. There are some people that never have a problem with it. The people that don't have a problem with it are the ones that are able to release and step away from their personal attachment and involvement and emotions regarding the situation, which I personally cannot do. If it is a real emotional thing that's coming up, situation that I'm in the middle of, I can't separate. And when I do attempt to read for myself, I will do my typical Libra thing that I do for myself with anything. And I'll sit there and question, well, if that was for somebody else, is that how I'd read it? Or am I reading what I want the outcome to be? Or did I influence a negative outcome and read because my head's in a negative place? I cannot separate myself from the situation enough to be objective with it. So, depending on the situation, it tends to be a problem. The only deck that I've ever come across, as I said quickly on the phone with Grayson there, is this deck, the Gendron deck. I was actually surprised that on my way down here to set up for the show and grabbing a deck that I was leaned towards this one. My hand immediately went out to this one to bring on the show with me, because this is the deck that's usually for myself, if I stand a chance at all of being able to read and get something appropriate that I'm not going to question and doubt. But even then, I still do. Very good question. It's also, as Robin's in the chat room pointing out as well, it's not always wise to read for yourself. Too many, influences involving doing that. It's just emotions, if you're of the belief how the cards that come out is through your energy, then as you're shuffling for yourself, how you know you're not putting out the energies to get a specific answer to the cards. It's just, and you're always going to end up reading it the way that you hope, and you're going to second guess. Do I ever get readings from others and from myself challenging the interpretation? Absolutely. We're not perfect. We don't have all the answers. And when I get the info, even whether it's the combination of what the cards are telling me and what I'm getting in addition psychically, I'm only given pieces. It's like being given the puzzle pieces all broken up. You're not shown the box or the picture or anything, what it's going to make when you put them together. I'm given pieces, as you saw with the two callers that called in. The person that Grayson needs to be aware of, and don't reveal secrets. What specific they are, I have no clue. Who it is, I don't know. Male, female, 3 of the cards were female. I felt female energy, but, there's lots of men out there that have female energies. Same as females have male energies. I don't get all the info. And when I'm doing events, the ones that tend to be the most challenging are the ones where I can just tell when they come. They have nothing going on in their lives. What are they doing here? And it never fails when I ask, do you have a topic you want to look at, a specific issue, specific question? No, I don't. I'll say, okay, it's fine if they don't. I can do general readings. I love general readings. If they just don't want to give out any info because they feel they're going to be leading me on as far as their answer, it's when they have absolutely nothing going on. Lots of times they've, sat down for a half-hour reading and I end up just, a 15-minute, because no matter what card I pull out, it's saying you have nothing major to discuss. That's the toughest. I love the ones that want to be a challenge and just come and they're stone. Just like this, you can barely even get their name out of their mouth because they feel as though they're just giving you their name is going to tell you their life story. Those I actually love. The poker face, yep. And they will not even give a yes or no to anything. Usually, they end up in tears when I'm done. And not because I got nasty with them for the attitude, but because they're trying not to let anything show, and I end up hitting on the heart of a matter that's really upsetting to them. I know that sounded horrible. They end up crying, but not in the way that it sounded like I said. I'm running out of time. I want to thank the two people that called in, and Grayson, Jude. Remind everybody that you can see them here on Penn Friday night at 8 p.m. And hook up on Facebook with me. I only need a few more Facebook likes where it's in the cards, and I will run a special to get it at the next 100 level for likes. Find me on Facebook, Terra by Misha, or terrabymisha.com. Thanks everybody for joining me. Stay safe if you're driving out in the weather, and stay warm. Till next week, when Kendra from last week is back. Take it easy. Take care. God bless you. Good night. Everybody, welcome to It's in the No One's Open. To do that. The exec this evening, not going to be able to talk too much about it. Last week, if you were here, I had Kendra on, who has done some Lenormand decks. Can never get that word out of my mouth when I have to. Lenormand decks, and we were discussing her decks, which I have not had any guests on, and I never had a Lenormand deck. And then within less than a week later, that was one of the goodies that arrived to me from Schiffer. Not one of Kendra's decks. The one that I received from Schiffer this is the box, and it is the Lenormand Cartomancy. And since Lenormand is new to me, I cannot talk too much about it. I just want to preview it for you so you can have a look. And Christopher Butler is who did this. And again, Schiffer is known for their wonderful treasure chest packaging, with their big books, with their decks, and it's a nice size book with this one as well. Cards, I know it's the Phillies hat, and the Super Bowl hasn't played yet, but with the weather we're all having, really, really cold, or massive snow like we had here in Pennsylvania and tri-state area, all day yesterday, no school today, I figured I'd just wear a reminder, spring is around the corner, and then we'll be complaining about the heat. Although with the winter we've had, I don't think many of us will be doing that much whining in regards to the heat. It's not even going to be melting around here because it's staying in the teens. This morning it was only single digits with the wind chill of like minus 15. So it's pretty wicked out there and all over the states from what I hear. I am by myself this evening, so you get to see some previews of some goodies, possibly for the first time, from Schiffer Publishing. They sent me about a week ago a couple new decks. We'll be opening the phone lines as well to take your questions and to do some readings. In about 15 minutes or so, we'll open up the lines. I'll let you know anything about the Normand. I went immediately to the book and opened it up to start reading, and I wasn't in that great of a lighted room. I had to get out a magnifying glass. The older you get, your eyes start going, but my eyes, I'm still not at the point where I need reading glasses. The print, as you can see, is on the smaller side. I don't know, my first thought was, is that to go with the smaller size cards? My next thought as I was paging through the book was wondering why the print was printed so small when on just about every card right up there is extra room where they could have gone a little larger. So I'm not sure if this print font size was the creator Christopher Butler's idea, or if it's what Schiffer's doing. But then I went to the next deck that I got, and which I'll show in a little bit, and the font size is just about the same in that one. So it may possibly be something that Schiffer is doing just to change things up a bit. If you do need reading glass, I love the artwork on the cover of the book, which matches the deck. And if there's any people viewing the show this evening that are here with us, not watching it in archive, and know the Normand, please pay attention, and you can call in when the lines are open to answer some of my questions that I am wondering about regarding the deck. The first thing that I noticed when I removed the book was the size of the deck. Now, one of the things I am not sure of, being this is my first Lenormand deck, if all of them are this small in size, or if this is like an extra petite size deck. I have no clue. You can compare it to, just to give you a comparison in the size, here's a tarot card, And here is this Lenormand cartomancy for size-wise. So it's good for those with smaller hands. Easier to shuffle and manage, which I'm not going to do because I really don't want them out of order right now, so that I can show you the cards lined up with the book. The next thing that I noticed, since I don't